welcome back to my book sanctuary. I'm Bianca and I wanted to update you with all the books I've ended up reading in March. So I'm actually moving house and I've been very busy with trying to organise all that, starting to pack and starting to pile up all the junk and the whole thing. So I've been really busy with that. So I didn't actually end up reading that many books in March, unfortunately. So I only have a few books to update you about. And I do apologise if my video uploads are going to be a little inconsistent over the next few weeks. I'm a little busier than I expected to be, and I can't organise my way out of a wet paper bag. So I'm struggling to keep everything afloat. So I do apologise if you do end up with a lack of videos for the next couple of weeks, but if my background changes, that's why, and I'm slowly just packing everything up. Hopefully I will be getting you a library tour / packing vlog video. I'm really not sure when you'll get that, but I'm trying to do that at the same time while I'm packing up, so yeah. But with the books I ended up reading in March, like I said, I didn't read that many. And I ended up reading Love in Knots. This is an Omegaverse book. And I don't know, it was okay. I think I had higher expectations for it. I don't know the Omega's name, but this Omega has been pretty much in captivity her whole life and her whole teenage life. And she gets rescued and now it's her dealing with her alphas, pretty much. I mean, there's not really much to say about this without giving a lot away, but yeah, she was contained in a basement for many years, and then she was rescued, and then it's her trying to figure her life out, and then at the same time she's got these alphas who rescued her, and then this beta at the hospital that she, is really drawn to. So it's just a typical Omegaverse book in a lot of ways. So then Deal with an Elf King. So with Deal with an Elf King, Luella lives in this human village, and every 100 years the Elf King needs a wife for reasons, basically. And they can't find the human wife, and so the elf population and the Elf King are not happy chappies, which is fair. And it turns out Luella is the wife, and she was not prepared to be that. And usually they're trained from about 16 or a bit younger once they realise they're going to be the Elf King's wife. And Luella struggles because she had a whole life plan, and she's the medicine woman, the doctor. She has talent with plants, and she wasn't meant to marry him and move from everything she knew into a whole new realm. And it's her trying to find her place, really. And I kind of think I wish there was a little bit more between her and the Elf King. I don't know. There was just something slightly missing for me in this one. But I really did enjoy it in a lot of ways. But I also found it very predictable, so I don't know. It was okay. Then I finally got around to reading Envy. I've been meaning to read this for forever. Pretty much since 2023, actually, when I got it. So Envy is the first book in the Deadly Seven series, and there is a prequel for it. It's basically these, I was going to call them kids, but they're not kids, they're adults. But Evan is, I guess they're all genetic experiments that kind of escaped the lab and now are trying to be superheroes and fight the deadly sins, basically. The seven sins, but which are just going absolutely nuts in this city. And the problem is Evan and his siblings tried to fight evil and kind of failed and ended up with really bad press, and no one likes them, and so they're in a rut and they're really struggling with their life purposes and whatnot. And each of the siblings of the Deadly Seven, they're meant to sort of have this counterpart. They're like fated mate, I guess, and to balance them all out and give them extra superpowers to fight evil and all this sort of stuff. But I don't know, something about, I think this is more based around what's happening than the actual couple itself. And I think I wanted a little bit more of the couple itself, but I did enjoy this though. It was fun. It was very urban fantasy-esque, I guess. And yeah, I enjoyed it, but at the same time, I just kind of wish there was a little bit more with the couple. But I am interested in moving on to the second book. Yeah, second book, Greed. Who knows when I'll get there though. But this was okay. I didn't mind it actually. Evan was interesting. And then I picked up Love Grudge. So I saw this in Big W actually, I think. And I was like, oh, I like Chantel Fernando. And I picked it up. I like her Wind Dragons series, which I really enjoyed. So I thought, yeah, why not? This is a different MC, Angels and Devils MC. And this is actually a Romeo and Juliet retelling. And I really enjoyed this actually. Romeo is in one MC and what was her name? Juliana was in the other MC. And the thing is the families have this really complicated history and like complicated. Romeo and Juliana's grandparents, was it? Yeah, grandparents sort of started the MCs because of a love triangle, I guess. And I don't want to give too much away, but things blew up with the grandparents, which caused the current tensions with the MCs and the families. And Romeo and Juliana meet, and yeah, they're star-crossed lovers, just like Romeo and Juliet. And yeah, I really enjoyed this actually. It was just, it was cute. And yeah, there was a lot of similarities between Romeo and Juliana and their grandparents, but I don't want to give too much away, but I really did enjoy this. I really like her writing, let's be honest. And then I ended up rereading Lola and the Millionaires Part 1. I've talked about this before, and I'll probably talk about it again, but this is a Megaverse series that Catherine Moon does, and Baby and the Late Night Howlers is the first book. Oh, they're right behind me. And I love them. But really with this one, Lola is trying to cope with some stuff that happened in her past that was quite abusive. And she's just trying to move on to a life in the fashion world. And she meets an Omega model and alphas. And it's her trying to figure out if she can trust anybody again. And it's actually really sweet. And I love it. That's why I reread it. But yeah, that's basically all the books I ended up reading in March. Really, no books in March. Anyway, I'm really sorry that I seem really brain dead. I've just got a lot on my mind. I've got to do a lot of packing and stuff. So I probably won't read a lot. I'll try my best. I'm going to try to put some audiobooks on when I'm reading. But yeah, anyway, I'm really flat. I'm really sorry. And I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.